Oddly enough, I found out on a TV commercial, like really late at night, and I called right away. It was like probably 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like really down when it happened, and so it was like kind of just one of those cheesy things you do, and it turned out to be all this. I actually received a DUI, my first one, in March, the end of March, and then my boyfriend overdosed in April 7th, and I've always been alcoholic and had the drug problem with addiction, and that just like for me was like the end of the road. It's like really life or death, and it wasn't just like something you heard about. It was actual, and he, when he passed, that's what led me here. Well, once I got on the phone with them and they were talking about coming out to California, I'm from Indiana, so it was really cool to have that opportunity. Of course, that's appealing going to Southern California, but when I got here, I found a lot more than that. I think that it's different in the fact that, you have that experience of like still like living on your own and, graduating, into the responsibility and not just being thrown all in it at once. And the program really has helped me like step by step be able to care for myself and just like be a successful person and like filter myself back into society. Well, of course, it's overwhelming and it's different, to be in a treatment center, especially so far from home where I don't know anyone. But like everyone was super cool and like just like really friendly and like everyone was relatable pretty much. So that was really nice, very welcoming. Well, I think for me it's definitely exceeded my expectations. I came here hoping to get, clean and be able to just go about my day-to-day life, healthy, but it's been a lot more than that. Like I've got involved in the community and like this is kind of home for me now. So, like I said, it definitely exceeded my expectations because I've got so much more out of it than what I anticipated. Oh my gosh, the houses are super nice. Um, I I stayed in the inpatient house at Toledo, and it was just like really, it's like home, You have everything you need, food and shelter and just like the basics, but then it's like a lot more than that because you're with like other people that understand what you're going through. And I think for me, like granted the houses aren't great, but like the just like the fellowship that you accumulate while you're here was and is like I like my best friend is from here, so like I met her here and we still are in touch and we've flown to see each other, and it's just like it's so different when you're like friends with people that understand what you're going through. And for me, I've made lifelong friends here, absolutely, and this in the staff as well too, lifelong friends in the staff. I have had two therapists since I've been here. My first therapist was Alyssa. She was so patient with me because I was so locked up when I got here, and I was not really. I think like with therapy, you get what you put in, and I wasn't like eager to put anything out at first. And once I did open up with her, like it was like really special, and she like communicated with my family, my progress, and kind of kept them in the loop about everything that I was experiencing, and it was nice to have that kind of mediator for that. Individual sessions, I'll do that first. But like I said, like we get really in depth about like kind of for me that's a huge part of my recovery is like knowing what the underlying issues were with myself individually, and then you can carry that over into the group sessions, which is where we do a lot of processing still, and just connecting with the other people in the room and like hearing what they have and how it's so similar to what you have, you know, emotionally, and being able to not just like identify it, but then also kind of be proactive and do something about it. Like I was able, you know, I've learned so many different like coping skills. And I think again too, it's just about the fellowship that you get there and like feeling like you're not alone in it. For me, my favorite group I think is anger management. I've always been a very passive person, so I don't tend to get angry. In sobriety though, that was different. I am quick and kind of hot-headed, and so anger management was one where like we're constantly, you know, identifying, because that's a big thing for me, identifying my feelings. I'm not able to do that, and most certainly not able to process them. So anger became a big problem for me in early sobriety, and that would like all the group facilitators are awesome. Like Michelle was one of my favorites, and Paula does anger management. It's just like very, and you think you're not angry, but really you are, and you like are passive aggressive and things like that. So that's definitely where I did the most growing. A typical day, you come in at 8 and you have, you know, group, and then like everything like you need to get done, like as far as like with your case managers and things like that, like that's available to you all day. A typical day, you know, you just come and go to group, and we have lunch here, which I love the lunches when they have tacos. But yeah, it's just, I mean, it's pretty mellow, and just get what you need done. Like they'll help if there's something you need done outside of here, like, you know, advocate for yourself, but like there's definitely staff here to help you get it done. The people, definitely the people. Real, like very dedicated and like genuine about wanting you to succeed. You know, they really do have like your best interest at heart, and like they care about you as not just like as a client, but as like a human. You know, they are excited to hear, you know, your progress and things like that. And just like I said, my friends that I've made here, like it's not just like I made friends while I was in rehab. Like these are my real lifelong friends now. So that's cool for me, like making that change in my life. Like, because before my friends weren't like that credible. I think the biggest thing for me is just like responsibility, and like being responsible for myself and accountable for my actions. And then also just like being open, and like I said, like for me, it's like the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. And like when I really did open up and start like asking the right questions and like really processing what I was going through, that just changed everything. And you get like, it's like more resources even open up for you at that point, that you're able to do things for yourself. Actually, I just recommended this to one of my friends back home. Her little sisters struggled with addiction for pain pills, and I did recommend her. I told her straight up, like, just to call and get out here, because I would definitely recommend it for people. Like, it changed my life. It definitely saved my life, really.